Hello everyone, this is Awawa. In this video, I'm going to explain how to display a numeric value received via OSC above your character in VRChat like this. This video is essentially a follow-up of the previous one, how to control your avatar using your heart rate. I've linked that video in the description below. In that area video, I walked through the process of getting heart rate data from an Apple Watch, converting it to OSC, and sending it to your avatar in VRChat. In this video, I'll explain how to display the received OSC value as a number above your avatar's head. First, let's talk about the number being displayed above the avatar. It's simply a two-dimensional rectangular object positioned above the avatar's head. A material to display the number is applied to the rectangular object, and this material uses a texture that contains an image with all the number laid out in a row. I've programmed a shader that takes this texture, cut out the part corresponding to the current heart rate, and display that section. Let's go through the process step by step. First, we will start with how to receive OSC value in the VRChat avatar. Move to the top level of your avatar's hierarchy and open the parameters section. There you will see a list of parameters defined for the avatar. These are the entry points for OSC values. If you followed the setup from the previous video, you can receive OSC values named heart rate ranging from 0 to 1. So add heart rate as a float parameter. This allows Avatar to receive the heart rate data coming through OSC in VRChat. Next, open the Animator Parameters screen. By adding a parameter with the same name heart rate to the animator can now receive the OSC value. In the parameter creation menu, choose float and assign it to the heart rate variable. Now that the animator can receive the OSC value, you can use it to trigger animations, for example making your avatar sweat when the heart rate is high. But for now, I will focus on how to pass the heart rate value into a shader and display it as a number. First, add animator called heartbeat display, and inside the animator, create a state called heart rate display. The name can be whatever you like. Inside this state, in my project, I've set up an animation called heart rate to display. What is important is the motion time field, which I've linked to the heart rate parameter. So what does that do? If heart rate is 0, it plays the animation at the beginning. If heart rate is 1, it plays the animation at the end. If it's 0.5, it plays the animation halfway through. In this way, the animation playback position reflects the heart rate value. Now, what's actually inside this animation? It's configured to update a parameter called heart rate inside the material, which is assigned to the rectangle mesh renderer. As you can see here, heartbeat, mesh renderer, material, heart rate. The animation is created to go from 0 at the start and 1 at the end. So the heart rate passed into the motion time is reflected 1-to-1 into the heart rate value of the material. Why go through this indirect setup? Because you can't pass the heart rate parameter directly into a material. So instead, we assign heart rate to the motion time and use the animation to update the material's parameter accordingly. With that, I've explained how to pass the OSC value into the material. Now let's move on to how the displayed number changes based on the heart rate value in the material. This part is handled by shader programming. The shader program is here, custom number shader. This shader is a modified version of a tool created by a developer named Onotchi. I've linked the tool in the description below. Since it contains part of another developer's tool, I cannot open source it here, so please purchase the tool yourself if needed. The custom number shader part as shown here is the one based on Onotchi's tool. Here, it receives the heart rate value as a float. The lower part of the shader program uses this heart rate value to extract the correct number part from the texture and display it. Up to this point, I have explained how the heart rate value received via OSC is visually displayed above the avatar. Now, I'd like to explain how to change the avatar's animation based on the OSC value. One approach is to create branches in the animation transition graph based on the heart rate value and assign different animation to each state. However, in my setup, I am using only a single state, like you see here. Instead, that state, I've configured a blend shape. This allows multiple animations to blend smoothly based on the heart rate value. Specifically, I have added two animations to the blend tree. Here, breathing face none, which shows the avatar without sweat. And here, breathing face, which shows the avatar with sweat. These two animations specify different values for avatar's face expression. This setup allows the animation transition smoothly between the two states as the heart rate value moves from 0.35 to 0.65. And that's how you can use OSC values like heart rate to drive visual and behavioral changes in your VRChat avatar. That's wrap up the video. Enjoy your VRChat life.